KSKQ 89.5 FM, Ashland, Oregon.
And 94.1 FM, Medford, Oregon.
Listener-powered community radio. People's voice in the valley.
Yeah.
Songs, radio would play. Back in the day.
From the People's Republic of Ashlandia, in the Gone Rogue Valley, DJ Organic.
Accept blue jeans.
What you mean? It don't take Stevie Wonder to see I got on the right clothes in here. I need to get up in this club. Hell, I could buy every one of you.
Thrive 89.5 and 94.1 of a kind, KSKQ, and a little bit of Prince there. Some out-of-print Prince, I guess we could call that. That's from Emancipation. And Get Your Groove On. We also heard another out-of-print Prince, Guitar. That's from Planet Earth back in 2009. And we started off with a brand new one, yes, it's true, from Ray Davies of the Kinks. And back in the day, and we are going back in the day today, it's DJ Organic's Old School Rules for your Mondays. And I am so excited because I have an interview to start off the show today with one of my faves of all time from the Turtles, Mr. Mark Volman. Mark, are you there?
Hello there.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
How would you like to be referred to? DJ or Organ?
DJ Organic's good, or whatever. I'm just excited to have you here. I know you played.
You have as many names as I do now.
Do you? Well, I know you're also known as Flo. Of the
the fluorescent leech.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited because truth be told, we have some commonalities. We went to rival high schools in Los Angeles. We both worked at K-Rock Radio at around the same time, and you and Eddie had one of the great radio shows ever, Flo and Eddie by the Fireside. You also did the first global warming song. This was after the Turtles, called Keep It Warm. I play that once in a while. My dad was in the schmata business, so obviously Eddie, Are You Kidding, is one of my favorite all time. So I'm waiting for somebody to come out with something for the Men's Warehouse.
Yeah, sort of was. That was ahead of its time, I think.
Way ahead. You guys have always been. I saw you in 1972 with Frank Zappa and the Mothers in Berkeley. And actually almost got fired once for playing Call Any Vegetable in the middle of a Saturday afternoon at the radio station I was working at. That did not go over very well.
Yeah, that's not exactly family-oriented.
No, as I found out from most of the station sponsors on Monday. Well, tell us about, you're on the Happy Together tour. Turtles, of course, are headlining. You've got the Association, Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, Chuck Negron from Three Dog Night. Does that mean it's just One Dog Night?
Yeah, that's One Dog Night.
And Mark Lindsay from...
But the good one, good one.
Actually, a friend of mine from high school named Jay Gruska joined Three Dog Night when they lost one of their members, I guess, in the 80s. So I actually have a friend that was in Three Dog Night for a while. So
yeah.
Well, tell us about how's the tour going?
Well, the tour is doing well. This is our 9th year with the Happy Together tour, and I feel it's a little bit of a misnomer to call us the headliners. I think the song Happy Together is the headliner, and all of the bands one time or another actually sing the song as part of the nature of the way the show works. We all end up sort of singing on each other's material throughout the evening. So it's
That's
really
fun.
The music is probably where I would say that I think we go on and it's later in the show than other groups, but I would say really if the headliner is the music, that it's just such great songs night to night. You realize you were very involved in the growing up of people's lives, and that each of our groups do songs that really went into people's, the nature of the songs is that it really is almost like they all have lyrics that tell a story about love affairs, and so
It's really kind of an American classic, really, when you think about it, the groups that are in this show. And like myself, I imagine all of the bands are collecting Medicare and Social Security at this point.
I hope so.
And
Because if they're not, they need a manager to help them. But that's true, and most of the audience probably is right there with them. So
I understand there's a hologram of the real Don Steele that introduces the bands. Is that just a rumor?
yeah, and for those, as you were mentioning, our radio show, which was kind of a one-of-a-kind radio show back in that era. Shadow Stevens,
Love
who,
Shadow,
as you say, hosts the concert. He also produced the Turtles and Flo and Eddie's radio show. We were at KMET and K-Rock, so it's very family oriented that we all still continue to kind of work with each other.
Well, I love the eerie grin of the Shadow.
Yeah.
He was one of those. That was kind of the salad days of radio in L.A., where you had the obscene Stephen Clean and Jimmy Rabbit and B. Mitchell Reed and Mary Turner, all of those great people. But your Flo and Eddie by the Fireside inspired me to do more radio because it was just so outstanding and so hysterically funny. And I, of course, like everybody, I was a tremendous fan of the Turtles. And it's so great to be able to have you guys here, and I so appreciate you taking time out. I know you played a show last night and are tired and probably would rather be doing something else, but I'm so glad you.
Oh no! This is we're aware of the shows that are important are the shows that don't really have too much of a guideline, so you're still able to do an interview in the show. I mean, a lot of stations don't even do interviews anymore because the room of the professional radio concept is to not do interviews in the afternoon or something. But it's good that you can still kind of handpick some of the music that you play and.
Yeah, that's the beauty of a community station. We're not a corporate format, so I can sit here and the rest of the afternoon play Turtle songs in association with everybody else, and it's great. That's we're kind of the KPPC of our era here. That's
great. I mean, that's where we got our beginnings in radio. Ended up doing 4 hours a day as part of the format of K-Rock in New York when Flo and Eddie moved to New York and did radio there for a few years. And so we just like to experiment, and we continue. I think the Happy Together tour was kind of a continuation of doing something a little bit different, and the show fortunately has found a real good audience of fans who, just like you and me, they like the those songs from that era are going to really be with us, as long as there's radio playing it.
Well, I'm sure you coming on my show this afternoon will add at least 5 or 6 more people to that audience.
I hope so.
And how is Howard? How is Eddie doing these days?
Howard is, dealing with some issues, health issues that have sort of stopped him from being able to tour with us this year, but hopefully he'll be back riding the buses and riding the range with us in maybe by next summer. We all are facing the continuing saga of growing older, and so
oh man, tell me about it.
Those health issues have kind of crept into the group this past few years. But
it is a saga.
I've spoken with him. He's doing well.
Well, wish him all the best, and I'm so elated that you took the time to call in. You've been one of my favorites forever, and I'll be there Thursday night. Hopefully everyone else will be too, and we've been talking with Mark Volman from the Turtles. We'll be at the Britt Festivals. That's coming Thursday night, July the 19th. You're going to want to be there just for this, if nothing else.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. You found the answer on that magic carpet ride last night. But when you kiss, girl, you just need help. It's too late, girl, you better get straight.
I won't ever leave. You want me to stay. Nothing you can do that can turn me away.
You are listening to KSKQ 89.5 FM, Ashland, Oregon, and KSKQ Translator K231CW 94.1 FM, Medford, Oregon. Also streaming live at www.kskq.org. Does that stand for organic or orgasm? No. Organization. Maybe that's what it is. So good to be here. DJ Organic, Old School Rules. That was so exciting. Interviewing Mark Volman from the Turtles. And we played some songs of all the groups, a number of the groups that will be playing at the Britt Festivals this coming Thursday night, July the 19th. We heard from Three Dog Night with the a song written about Donald Trump, I believe, Liar. And right before that, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Kicks. Mark Lindsay will be in that show. The Association, Along Comes Mary. And the Turtles, Flo and Eddie themselves, Mark Volman and Howard Kalin, happy together. And I'm happy to be together with you again today right here at KSKQ. We had to kind of swing things around a little bit. We will still have the top 5 at 5, and that will include a brand new one from the Dirty Projectors and also something new from Boss Skaggs, so you're going to want to stick around for that. Klamath-Siskiyou Wildland Center is pleased to be an underwriter of KSKQ 89.5 FM in Ashland and 94.1 FM in Medford.